What's up, everybody? Michael here with Ford of Murfreesboro, and we just want to take a few minutes today to do a quick comparison, sort of side-by-side contrasting video between the 2017 F-150 XLT and the 2017 Lariat, because we get a lot of people coming in who just want to know, or maybe they don't know what the differences are between the two, and so we want to expound on that a little bit here. Firstly, biggest thing, if you're looking at these vehicles from the outside, you will notice that they look almost entirely identical. The only two noticeable differences on the outside are the grille, which is the most obvious. The Lariat is going to come with a 3-bar setup, the 3 big chrome bars, while the XLT is going to come with a grille that is a lot smaller, thinner bars running across. And the other thing you can see from the outside is the wheels and tires. The wheels on an XLT are going to come standard as a 17-inch, while the wheels on a Lariat are going to come standard at an 18-inch. Now, a lot of times you will see those vehicles getting larger wheel upgrades as options, but standard 17 on the XLT, 18 on the Lariat. Now, there are two places where the XLT and the Lariat are actually very different. One is going to be on the interior, on the comfort and technology that comes with the vehicle, and the other is going to be under the hood. And so let's talk about those engines real quick, because the 2017 XLT F-150 is going to come with a 3.5 liter V6. That 3.5 liter V6 is going to put out 282 horsepower, 253, I believe, 253 foot-pounds of torque, but that's what comes standard. You can upgrade to the 2.7 liter EcoBoost that comes standard in the Lariat. And now you might be thinking, well, that 2.7 liter, 3.5, but that EcoBoost, because it's boosted, is actually going to give you a lot more power than that old 3.5 liter V6. Specifically, it's going to give you 325 horsepower and 375 foot-pounds of torque. That's more than 100 foot-pounds of torque, just changing the engine. Nothing different about the trucks. Same wheelbase, same length, same suspension setup, but that engine, that 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost that's going to come standard on the Lariat, that's going to give you a lot more torque and a good amount more horsepower. So let's move on to the inside of the vehicle. That's where we're going to get the biggest number of changes, certainly a lot of little changes to the amenities, to the technology, but it all adds up to being a much different truck. The XLT is generally considered more of a work truck, while the Lariat is generally considered to be more of the luxury comfort ride. And you can tell just by looking at this one, this is a Lariat. And the way you can almost off the bat tell that is because a Lariat is going to come standard with leather seats, while the XLT is going to come standard with cloth seats. That doesn't mean you can't get leather seats on an XLT, but when you see leather seats, a lot of times it's going to be in a Lariat. And those leather seats, they come heated standard on the Lariat, and they also have the optional cooled seats, which you do see a lot. On the XLT, those cloth seats, yes, they can be heated, but that heated seat is not standard like it is on the Lariat, and there is no option for cooled seats on an XLT. And while we're talking about heated and cooled, let's talk about the climate control that's in both vehicles. On the XLT, you're looking at single zone climate control. That means that whatever you set the fan temperature to on the left side, it's going to be the same as on the right. Whereas the Lariat standard is going to come with a dual zone climate control. In fact, you can generally consider the Lariat to be the more technologically advanced of the two vehicles, or at least it's going to have more optional technology. Just to give you a couple examples, Ford's lane keeping system and the adaptive cruise control, the new adaptive cruise control, those are going to be optional on the 2017 Lariat. They are not going to be available at all on the 2017 XLT. So if you're really big on technology, if you really want those systems, then definitely be looking towards a Lariat. And just to round it out here, guys, if you're looking to be able to immediately look and tell a Lariat apart from an XLT, there's a couple aesthetic differences on the inside that you can point to. One, Woodgrain Finish. That woodgrain trim is going to be standard on the Lariat, whereas it's going to be more of a hard plastic that comes standard on the XLT. And behind the steering wheel, one of the bigger sort of aesthetic differences, one of the sort of a functional difference, is the screen you have behind the steering wheel that lets you manage a lot of the car systems. That's going to be an 8-inch screen on the Lariat, and that's the only size it comes in, whereas the screen behind the XLT steering wheel is going to come as a 2.3-inch standard with an optional upgrade to a 4.2-inch, which is still half the size of the screen that comes on the Lariat. Anyway, guys, we hope you found this video useful. We hope it answered some of your questions, and if it did, give us that thumbs up down below. Let us know we're on the right track. If you have any questions for us, you can always leave it in the comment section below, or you can give us a call. Our number is 888-439-1265. We'll be happy to answer any questions you got, and thanks for viewing.